Writing the equation of a line is another thing you did an awful lot of in Algebra 1. We have two formulas you can choose to use. One of them is just your traditional slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Remember, m is your slope, b is your y-intercept. I emphasize the fact that it's your y-intercept. Okay. You also have a point slope formula. It looks like this, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. x1, y1 is just any point that's on the line. M is still your slope. I personally prefer to just use the slope-intercept form. And I'll show you how I do that. Right here, if you look, they've worked this out using the slope-intercept form also. But you could use, like I said, the point slope formula if you prefer. So looking at this example right here, I'm actually going to go just a tiny bit out of order because I want to start with question number 2. It says the slope is 3 over 2, the y-intercept is 4. Well, they have given you the m and the b, so your equation here is just y equals 3 over 2x plus 4. Nice and easy, right? Okay. When you have a slope and a point, like I said, you can use your point slope formula if you prefer. And I'll work an example like that just to show you. Question number 1, using point slope form. We're going to call this x1, y1. So your formula is y minus y1 equals m, this is m, times x minus x1. So simplifying this just a little bit, that's y minus 6 equals negative 3x. Minus becomes a plus, but when you distribute your negative 3, that's a negative 12. All you have to do to finish this is add your 6 to the other side. Your formula becomes y equals negative 3x minus 6. So some people prefer to use that method. I prefer just to use the y equals mx plus b. I know that formula. It's never going away. I don't have to think about it. And the way we do this is we just label our points. Instead of labeling it x1, y1, we just label it x and y. So I know here y equals m is 1, x plus b. What I don't know right now is my b value. What I'm going to do to find it is I'm going to plug in my x and my y. So y is 5, 1 times x is 2 plus b. To finish simplifying this, I have 5 equals 2 plus b. Subtract the 2, b equals 3. So my equation, y equals x, because I don't necessarily have to have the 1, plus 3. When you have a slope and a point, again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the slope-intercept form. Here's x, here's y. Starting off with, I know y equals negative 13 over 5 x plus b. What I don't know is my b. I do know x and y. Y equals m times x plus b. Negative 13 over 5 times 5, the 5's are going to kind of cancel out, right, if you multiply fractions correctly, and you're just left with negative 7 equals negative 13 plus b. To finish this, I add my 13 to the other side and get b equals 6. To finish this off, y equals negative 13 over 5x plus 6. Whenever you have the line already graphed for you, should be super easy. Notice it does say in slope-intercept form. Okay, so I have my y-intercept right there. What is my slope? Well, they've drawn two very nice points here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's down 6 over 2. Remember, slope is rise over run. So that's a negative 6 over 2, which reduces to be a negative 3. M is negative 3. My B is at 9. my equation, y equals negative 3x plus 9. This one's super nice. Y-intercept is at 0. Slope, again, they've drawn these points. Rise over run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, your rise over run, 5 over 4. Y equals mx plus b is 0. I don't have to write it. I'm done. Ooh, what about this next question? Kind of tricky. So the y-intercept, if you look here, is at a decimal. Now you could take a guess, and you might get pretty close because that one looks pretty nice. But if I want to be really accurate, I'm going to have to use my slope and my point to find the exact value of that y-intercept. So starting off with my slope, it looks like it goes up 1 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Slope is 1 over 9. To find my equation, I'm going to pick a point. And I could use either one of these. I'm going to use the point 5, 2. So x equals 5, y equals 2. Again, using my slope-intercept form, I know y equals 1 over 9x plus b. I know that y is 2, x is 5, b is what I'm looking for. So 1/9 times 5 is just 5/9. Again, if you put that over 1, multiply your fractions correctly. Now I'm going to have to subtract 5/9 to the other side. How do you subtract fractions? You have to have a common denominator. 2 is technically a 2 over 1. For my common denominator, I want a 9. So I'm going to multiply this by a 9 over 9. That gives me 18 over 9. So for this side, I'm going to do 18 over 9 minus 5 over 9. 18 minus 5 is 13 over 9. Now I got a pretty good idea that if you would have taken a guess here, that would not be the intercept you guessed. So don't go guessing. Be exact. My final equation, y equals 1 over 9x plus 13 over 9.